Hello out there, you lords of small things. Welcome to Thrones of Game, the Game of Thrones podcast where we watch the series backwards. If you've never heard the show before, 3 episodes, guys. We're down to 3. Then let me just quickly explain and catch you up on everything we've been doing. My name is BT Calloway. I've already seen the entire show, and joining me as always is Elliot Jay O'Neill, the man who had never watched a single episode of Game of Thrones until we started watching in reverse order. How you doing over there, Elliot?
I'm doing great. I feel like dancing.
Dancing the water dance. Oh, we will get to that. We just watched Season 1, Episode 3, entitled Lord Snow. Elliot Jay O'Neill, what just happened?
I feel like this will probably be my last chance to do this, so...
Yeah, this is, I mean, it's not a bad episode, but it's very much a pieces moving episode, and it's so many, I feel like we get so many introductions in this one as well. Or,
yeah.
If not introductions, then establishing this is what this person is like kind of things, which for us, and we've gone backwards, we already know how all these people die.
Yeah.
For us, it's a bit of a, okay, cool, we're establishing this guy we already know. So it was a bit lackluster for us in this bizarre reverse watch. It seemed to just keep going as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
One of my biggest critiques of Season 1 so far is that they hadn't got a hold of how to edit and pace an episode yet.
The pacing is odd in this one.
Yeah, like a lot of the episodes, my problem is that it's too choppy and changey, and like we keep jumping from things too quickly. This one, it's not even.
Yeah,
like sometimes we're in here for a second, and then we're like spending 10 minutes in this one place, and then
we go back to the first place, but only for like 20 seconds. And yeah, it's just I don't know what you call that, if it's pacing or plotting or what that is, but I agree. It's nothing feels complete by the time you leave it, and then when you get back to it, it's like just stapling more on. It doesn't feel like individual bubbles of story.
Yeah, and I've noticed a couple of times throughout the series sort of the quality and production dropping at various points.
Yeah.
Like the big one for me was between 4 and 3. Going back to 3, it felt like there was a definite drop in the quality. And this episode, between episode 4 and this episode, especially like lighting contrast, seems very off in this one.
Few little scenes.
And like we're back to like normal, like my 4K TV with Blu-rays and all that.
We're back to all the fancy acronyms for things.
Yeah.
HDD, LTV, TVD.
And I have cancelled Binge.
Yep. Fuck Binge.
Accidentally paid a week for it, so...
Oops. Damn.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, I reminded you on a podcast. What else do you want me to do? For those of you playing at home, Ned, this is the one where Ned arrives at King's Landing and Catelyn arrives at King's Landing, which I forgot happened, and Sansa and Arya arrives at King's Landing. And
it's weird in episode 3 that we're seeing the last time Ned and Caitlin see each other.
Yeah, there's a lot that I'm like, I didn't even know this was the point where this happened. Like, one kind of big moment that stood out for me, but for better or worse, is this bit where, Localus, Daenerys' brother, has a moment of losing power, and it's like, it's episode 3. Did he ever have power? Like, I know there was an episode, I think two episodes from now in 5, where I think maybe it's when he gets his head melted or just before that. I can't remember.
Episode 6 was the Golden Crown. So
yeah, maybe in episode 5 where we realize that, she's the one who's married to the guy, the Carl, and therefore she has the power by proxy. No, it's in episode 3 where this happens. And it's like, again, I remember the shift of power moving from him to her. I don't remember it happening this early. Yeah. But here we are. She's all like, everyone stop the caravan. I'm going to walk out in the shrubbery for no apparent reason. And then he rides up and is like, you don't tell me to stop. And then Gar's like, do you want me to murder him? Because I'll murder him. It's fine. He has no power already.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but that's not my MVP. That'll be something else. But curious for you, Elliot Jay O'Neill, what is your most valuable part of this episode?
Oh, no.
I got a couple. I'm chambered on a couple if you want.
I like Rob's speech. I like how that all plays out, even with Jaime's smudgeness and arrogance right now. Like, I felt like that was a pretty good scene, and I like Rob a lot, and I'm bummed that we didn't get to see more of him.
Yeah,
and then he was kind of ceremoniously dumped from the series as well. It's just, he got poisoned. Yay.
He was dead. What do you want?
I know. It's more a dramatic death. I mean, fucking Ned got his head cut off and everyone was like, no. Rob was just lying in bed like, I'm dying now.
My death is going to cause every single significant incident for the remainder of the series. Blah.
Here, Ned, take a note and don't have any witnesses in the room, for
Yeah,
fuck's sake.
I still don't get that. It's like, I want you to open that after I die. Why? Why not just call everyone in and make a big announcement? Fuck you.
I'm drunk. Blah.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty good way. Rob's sitting around talking with that guy who ends up joining Dan Brady after he gets fired.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
forget
right.
his name. Even now, I still don't know that guy's name. But yeah, he's talking about the first killing, and he talks about his first kill, and he was walking through the swamp, and he hit this guy with a hammer, and gods, I was strong back then. And has a good line of, they never tell you about how they shit themselves. Shitting isn't in the songs.
Just delivering it in that fucking, I don't know, 2 bottles or 2 casks of wine deep sort of way is like, imagining the good times.
Yeah.
But, like, he's almost emotionless in his delivery, yet, I don't know. It's
No, I agree. It's got this
nuanced performance.
This bit, not so much of, the glory days. It is a bit, the glory days, but also the glory days, which are all full of mud and shit, and that was real. I think it's the effect of a guy who's surrounded by finery after fighting for it. And again, as we said last time, he enjoyed the conquering, and now that he's conquered, he's kind of bored.
Yeah.
And it's, missing the days where things were real, and it was, they have ballads and songs about his greatness, but they don't talk about the shit and the mud. Yeah, I think I agree. It's a great little just delivery of how they've very well realized this character, and it says a lot, not even in subtext, but just in delivery.
Yeah.
And then he teases Lancel Lannister's like, that's a really stupid name, Lancel.
So did I already know this, that he's also related to Cersei, even though
he gets his bone on with Cersei? That is Cersei's MO.
Yep.
She digs long walks on the beach and men she's related to. And then brings in Jim Jam Lannister and asks about stabbing the Mad King in the back. And I do remember you saying at one point you didn't realize that that's why he was called Kingslayer. And it's like, well, here you're getting plenty of reminder about 4 people go, Kingslayer. Remember when you slayed the Mad King? Remember that?
So, and the Mad King was a Targaryen, which is why Daenerys and fucking Violet Beauregard over there. Wait, no, it wasn't Violet, because Violet's the one that turns violet, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, the annoying one in... Well, there were a lot of annoying ones in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
They're all
Whatever.
Hey, this is not Chocolate of Factory. This is Thrones of Pain. Man, I think my MVP, I mean, it's tempting, and I will throw to that later. I got a lot of half MVPs on this one, honestly.
Yeah.
Jon Snow sparring with everyone. We talked about when is Jon Snow made out to be a great fighter. Here we go.
Yep.
Even dipshit Night's Watch guy even likes him at this point a little bit. Though he goes to hating him for no real reason.
Yeah, that's right. And it's sort of, I felt the opposite of that in this episode as well, where all of a sudden Gren and Pip really warm up to him out of nowhere.
Yeah. They just all related after having Tyrion point out that they're all miserable.
Yeah.
I guess. It is a bit sudden, but I guess it goes from Jon hitting these guys because he thinks they're meant to be his equal and not realizing that they've never held a sword before to, I'm actually going to, point out what they're doing wrong and actually help them. And that's, it's a bit of camaraderie. And then I guess that pisses what's-his-face off. But screw Sir Alistair, whatever his name is. Screw that guy. I also quite like Jim Jam meeting Ned Stark, and they have these like little casual, mean of girls swipes at each other.
Oh, the passive aggressiveness.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's all like, I've heard that the, what they say, the king shits and the hand wipes. Aha, that's you now, Ned. You're going to wipe butt. And then, Ned's all like, you've got some nice armor there. Not a scratch on it. You must choose your opponents well.
Yeah.
Ooh. And then Jim Jam's like, oh, well, your brother died here and your dad. They're screaming, and Ned's all like, "Oh, well, you did nothing." He's like, "Dude, no one did anything. It was a king." And then Ned has the final mic drop. You served him well while serving was safe.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, burn.
Fucking take that, you smudge bastard.
Yeah, I know. I mean, his brother and father may have got set on fire there, but Jim Jam got burned. Yeah, that's what you come here for. Just witty wordplay out the wazoo. But I think my MVP absolutely has to go to Ferrero Rocher. Sierra Farrell, the water dancer. His intro is so good. I had no idea.
Again, super bummed that we get him for a total of 3 episodes.
I know. This is back when Game of Thrones was infamous for, he's an amazing character, dead.
Yeah, but we got the dude for so many more.
I know.
I wanted to see the water dancer train Arya.
Couldn't the dude take off his face and be Sierra Farrell all along? And it would be like, oh my God, he's back.
if they still had, the dude for the same amount of time, but then at some point revealed him to be Ferrero Rocher, I would have so been into that.
I know.
That would have all been worth it, honestly.
But he's so good in this one, and I love
but it would have happened backwards.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, go on.
And I do love Arya's face when she's learning to train, like she's getting her ass handed to her, but it's just like this dumb grin of, I'm learning how to fight. Oh my God.
I just got stabbed and I would have bled to death. Yay!
Yeah, and even then he talks about, this is not the Westeros way of the dancing, the dance of knights.
Yeah.
This is the Bravos dancing, the water dance. Men are filled with water and you poke them with a sword and it leaks out. It's like, that is so dumb when you say it. It's so cool.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and his stance is just amazing as well. Just the way he confidently arches himself, and it is a dance that he's doing with Arya, and it's quite elegant, and it's a beautiful, charming scene.
I know. I should look this up. I'm really curious if that's a fighter they taught to act or an actor they taught to fight, because he does seem to have it completely down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was thoroughly great, and I even like Ned comes in and does a little watch. It's like, oh, my girl who doesn't want to be a lady, look at her go. But then like the clank of wood against wood becomes like the shing of steel on steel, and he starts thinking about, oh, I've taught her to fight and people die doing that.
No, I thought that was done really well where, they're fading out the laughs of Arya and the water dancer and, replacing the sound effects and sort of giving it a bit more of that, like, cloudy sound.
Yeah.
Like, as he's getting a bit of PTSD in the moment. I thought it was, artfully just spectacular.
Fantastic. From a scene that I had a big stupid grin on my face to like genuinely having some weight to it. Fantastic scene. If you're gonna have a bit of a slog of an episode, end it on a fantastic high note like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well then we move on to our next question. Nudity.
That was a little bit.
A little just incidental nudity. At
the bordello of Baelish.
Yeah, like Kat arrives there and Baelish is all like, hey, I knew you were coming. That's what I do. Come to hang out in my brothel. And she's like, so insulted.
Excuse the boobs.
So he had to like, try to sweep the boobs away. He's like, I think she knows where she is.
Yeah.
But okay, cool. And that's about that's that.
Yeah, there's not much to. They're not power boobs. They're not oppressed boobs. They're boobs that are existing in the world.
Yeah, they're just background boobs. They're backdrop boobs. That said, when Catelyn first comes in, she kind of snarls at Littlefinger and is like, did she say, do you take me for a back alley Sally? Because that's what I heard. And I feel like that seems far too whimsical for Game of Thrones. I assume I have to have heard that wrong. However, I kind of like it. It's kind of funny. Back alley Sally sounds like a Creedence Clearwater song or something.
Or the worst version of Mustang Sally.
Yeah, or the better one, because that's not a great song to begin with.
Not really, yeah.
No. Littlefinger's all like, oh, I knew you were... sorry, Catelyn's all, I nearly did my Littlefinger voice for Catelyn. She's all, how did you know I was coming? And he's all like, well, I have a friend. And Varys walks up and says, oh, yes, I knew you were coming. Dun. And then she's like, well, how did you know? He's like, oh, I have many eyes around and I just know things, bitch. It's what I do. I'm Varys.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, but that was about it.
And then Baelish like, the one thing that you don't know, the dagger is mine. Dun, dun, dun. A lot of fucking, dramatic gerbil or whatever it was can be inserted into this scene.
Yeah, it wasn't like passions in the way it was shot, but in like the dialogue. And it's like, oh, but I lost this in a bet with Tyrion Lannister.
Smash cut 2.
Yeah, a lot of that. It was... I guess they're still working out the tone. It is episode 3. Man. I had another note. We got some Dan Brady side boob. That's about it.
Oh, yeah. Has, for the first time, I'm pretty sure, we're seeing someone else braid her hair.
I know. We see it happen. This is before she learned to do it only with confidence. I was just trying to wonder, is this Dan Brady's first braid? This could be huge. And then we find out the whore is pregnant. Sorry. I just remember that episode and I like saying it like that. It's funny.
Fair enough.
Try it at home. Or don't. Whatever. We're tell me what to do. Pew, pew, pew. But then I do like Jorah Mormont when he finds out Dan Brady is pregnant, is like, I have to go now and go home for sleep. And then just the sound of, rapid footsteps in a car starting and driving away. Yeah, it's how did no one figure out he was trying to betray her in these early seasons?
Yeah, that's right.
It's pretty goddamn obvious, but okay, fine, whatever.
And a quick scene of her like, it's a boy. How do you know? I know. That's not a really sufficient pregnancy test.
Yeah.
Even then, they don't reveal what the gender is.
Nah. Gender reveal parties were way simpler back then.
Carl just fucking slices open a horse and little balloon flies out. Oh, it's a girl.
Look at that. Yep. Man, I think that does it for nudity.
Yep.
So then we'll move on to our next question: violence. Which, I mean, I realize isn't a question, so should be violence.
Yeah, but it was like training violence. We saw groups of people training, so this is practice violence.
Again, I got a lot of half notes. Like, I had a lot of half MVPs, and I got a few half nudities.
Yeah.
And now I've got some half Vs for sparring. Does that count?
Yeah. It's violent, but it's not violence.
Yeah.
Doesn't earn its soft C.
Yeah. Rob remembering and sparring, and that's actually all I have for the violence question.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah.
And we pretty well covered those already.
Yep. All right. Well, let's ask our next question. Who pees off the wall and then doesn't wash his hands before shaking Jon Snow's hand?
Oh, gross.
Just saying. Tyrion just pees off the wall and then shakes Jon's hand. I wanted him to have a reaction like, no.
Yeah.
But no, he just shakes it. It's like, okay, I guess maybe it was different back then. Maybe they were like, pee is cleansing. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, it's sort of in this weird galaxy long ago, but somehow in the future sort of place. Anyway.
They just have hand sanitizer. I don't know. I got nothing there. Yeah, this is going to be one where we really have to free-for-all because the questions are not guiding us at all at this point.
Really not.
We're pretty much out.
Yeah, let's just hope the pilot and the after pilot are more exciting than this one.
Yeah, but comment on the heart, stealing from our own show. Yeah, I thought it was a very nice scene between Ned and Catelyn. They have it's just well acted. There's not a whole lot to it, but they're just having a quick discussion like an old married couple, and then there's a very tender farewell.
And then his last words are, away with you.
Yeah.
Didn't even give her the full width. Just we are.
Can't believe my last words to her were no footlongs. Yep, just going to steal from all the other shows until we make a show of our own.
Yep.
Let's see. There's
a somewhat violent scene where Joffrey is getting his boo-boos cleaned.
Yeah, very clean boo-boos for a wolf bite as well. That said, I do actually quite like this scene because, first of all, Joffrey is hurt. Good.
But for once, we're seeing a little bit of lacking confidence in him.
Yeah, we see him becoming the monster rather than being the monster, which is nice. I will still say that this show really turns on him quick, as in he goes from this to giving that apology to Sansa to ordering Ned's head cut off to making Sansa stare at the head with no development. But I do like his bit here of like, oh, I just, got bit and screamed. And then Cersei's like, that's not how we're going to remember it. What happened was you fought it off and slayed it bravely, defending the Stark girls from their mad wolf. And he's like, that's not what happened. It's like, look, your dad was a rebel and a traitor until he won, and then he was a liberator. Yeah. This is how you spin your own legacy. It's a good little bit.
No, that's it. And even more of, talking about what goes on behind the scenes. You will marry the Sansa girl, but you can fuck whoever you want. Yeah. You stick your dick wherever, dude.
I knew this quote of, she says, if you want to fuck painted whores, you'll fuck painted whores. And I was like, I thought it was way like season 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Nope, episode 3. Cersei's just like, look, if you want to bang noble virgins, you just, you go for it,
This is her version of the birds and the bees talk.
Yeah, pretty much. But it does end with her going like, you'll do something nice for Sansa, but I don't wanna.
Yeah.
And then we see him giving her the necklace. We did wonder at that point, was this genuine or was this something he was told to do? And here's our answer.
There we go.
So he is continuously a dick. Oh, a note of violence I forgot was Arya versus table. She's just stabbing that table. And is all like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm practicing for stabbing the prince.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just fucking, what did that table ever do to you, Arya?
It's talking shit, I guess.
Do you even know how to use a sword? Yeah, stab him with the pointy end.
Yep, that was highly quotable and on multiple t-shirts. Ned's got the line of, war was easier than daughters. Oh, women.
That felt like such a sitcom moment. The crowd laughter rises up and then, the Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Yep.
The Channel 10 watermark appears and then the ads start. And that goes out for a
heartwarming.
piss.
That said, I do really like the, little chat between Arya and Ned. It is a very fatherly moment. And yeah, it's a little bit, sitcom-y. But it's, it works. It's very sweet.
Actually, I have a minor MVP for the old crone. Fucking
go for it.
Telling the horrible stories of the White Walkers and the long winters, you fucking soft little child.
This whole, beginning was fantastic because, a crow rocks up and wakes up Bran and, she's like, all crows are liars. I mean, wild accusation, lady, but it sounds great. And then I do Bran's like, I like the scary stories. And Caesar like, no, you don't want to hear those stories about the long nights when the dead come walking for you with their wolves and their large pale spiders as big as horses. It's just slides into a scary story so seamlessly. It's oh, I like you, old lady. Come read me stories, please.
Yeah, it's a shame that we didn't get to see more of this relationship. I really see a Princess Bride sort of thing happening here with by the end Bran's not, no, come on. She's like, I think this guy is too scary for you.
It's just more kissing. You won't like it. Well, maybe I'll like the kissing part now. And they grow as people and Fred Savage is there and everyone's happy.
Bride of Princess.
Another thing, I'm trying to remember, did Arya and Brienne ever hang out? Because they totally should have.
Arya and Brienne.
Yeah.
I thought they were sparring once.
I cannot remember now.
I don't know.
I know there's a brief moment where Brienne defeats the Hound and is all like, you need to come with me. And she's all like, nah, bye.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't remember anything else. I think you're right. They do spar when they're getting ready to defend Winterfell, but that's about it. And it's given that Brienne is everything Arya wants to be, it's just, I appreciate why it didn't happen and it would have been forced to shove these two characters together. But, fan fiction, that's got to be a thing. I want to read that comic book.
Totally.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Sure, it never happened, but fuck it. It sounds fun. And we're all about the fun. Man, what else you got on notes? Because we're just going to pew-pew right now.
Yeah, just not a lot. Where are we at in the notes? The scene with Jaime and Cersei, whatever.
Yeah, we know this at this point. He's all like, he does have a great line of I'll go to war against the king and it'll be the war for Cersei's cunt.
Yeah.
It's oh my, did he really say that on television? HBO, why I never.
To his own sister that he fucked? Wow. No, it's good seeing Baelish get choked. A little bit more violence there, I guess. Although,
kind of a dick move by Ned, because Baelish is all like, your wife is here. Oh, I have her in the whorehouse. And he's like, fuck you. What are you doing? You this is some kind of joke. And then strangling. And then she pokes her head over the window. Ned, I am actually here. He's like, he doesn't even give him an apology. He's like, not like a, oh, Saz, I thought you were being an asshole.
Yeah.
My bad. It is you, Baelish. But this lets him go and just walks off. It's like, dude, I feel like you owe him a bit of a something here.
What does he say about the Starks as well? I think he just called them dumbasses, basically.
Strong anger and slow wit or something like that.
Yeah.
Quick to anger and slow-witted, I think.
Yeah.
But then Kat does give him the cut down of Littlefinger has been like a little brother to me. A little brother, not in a Cersei way, but in no interest in him. Just gross to even think about in terms of a relationship. I look at him the way you look at
a pencil.
Yeah, not even that, because a pencil, that's useful. You'll touch a pencil. I'm not touching.
I want to hold it.
Yeah, so you look at him the way you look at a little finger that's severed on the ground. Ew, someone else sweep it up, please. So like that.
Yeah. The wall seems to change size a lot.
To be entirely fair, apparently when they were first doing the production of it, and then in the book it says it's 10,000 feet high, and then when Ger Martin saw their images of it, he goes, oh, is that 10,000 feet? And they're like, yeah. Oh, I may have made that too big. Didn't really have a concept for how big that was.
Yeah, because I don't know, just I guess this was, smaller production days, but this one I estimated at about 10, maybe 12 stories high.
Yeah.
Whereas other times it's been, insurmountably tall, especially the one where they're ice climbing on it is impossibly high.
Yeah, well, maybe we can take artistic merit in that in the sense of when you have to climb it, it looks a lot bigger.
Yep, sure.
I guess. But no, this episode did make me think about the complaints of that climbing episode of no one was falling out of exhaustion. They were all falling because they hit traps and bits of the wall collapsed. And it's no, you need to make this harrowing as in hard, as in show us people failing at it. Game of Thrones, your many mistakes. Let's not think about those.
Oh, and I had a note of who's this dead guy? Did I ever meet this dude again, or did he just go off to be with the Rangers? The guy who looks like he's one of the members of Dream Theater.
I mean the guy Benjen.
Benjen, that's
Benjen
it.
Stark. Yeah, he Deus Ex Machina is like in 5 seasons.
Oh, Benjen Stark.
Yeah, I had the same thing because he looks like a slightly melted Adam Driver. But yeah, he goes off. He's like, I'm going to go north of the wall now for like 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll come back when you're ready to show your bum, John. Bye.
Oh, that's right, the horse guy.
Yeah.
Wow, there we go.
Yep. We find out a bear's balls are apparently chewy. When Tyrion's just talking to this guy from the Night's Watch, who's the one later on in King's Landing when Ned's getting his head chopped off, and he's like,
Yeah.
he just says Baylor, and that's what all it counts. And he's all like, you're a stupid boy, now cut your hair and pretend to be a lad. You know that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, this is setting up all the kind of dominoes that are going to knock down in the future, which, while very important and interesting, it's not fun to watch someone set up dominoes.
No, not really. You don't watch those YouTube videos for the 2 hours of setting up dominoes.
Yep, although we do get a good quote from Benjen that does come up later of nothing before the word but counts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then Tyrion still delivering that, but.
But, yeah.
Turning it into a 2-syllable word almost with the t at the end of the but.
Yep. Let's see, what else have I got on notes here?
What's the strangest thing you ate? Dornish girls!
Hey-o!
Fucking Game of Bros.
Sometimes it is, bro. Sometimes it is. Yeah, we have start off with a meeting of the small council, and that's where, the title for our listeners comes from. They're all like, we are the Lord of Small Matters from Varys, because, Varys constantly rules. Man, what else we got? I'm just trying to flip through my notes. What haven't we covered yet?
There's the scene where what's-his-face is demanding a different dish for Cersei because... Daenerys, because apparently one's diet changes a lot when you're pregnant, and unfortunately for her, it's neither rabbit season nor duck season, so can't get her any of that.
Nice cut. Yeah, I do like it also ends with George just going, we'll kill one of the goats. Like, you had goats this entire time?
Yeah.
You've been arguing about rabbits and duck season and wabbit season.
You went to dogs.
You went to dogs. You have a goat this whole time. Jorah, just sometimes, I don't know what your deal is.
Just don't give her any of the goat's milk because you're not meant to have soft cheeses when you're pregnant.
There we go. And I assume that's the softest of cheese is milk. Yep.
Especially goat's cheese. They generally make a lot of like fetters and sort of things like that. Real like soft, crumbly ones.
Man, I think I'm out.
Yep.
Which, bit of a short one. Will I do a remix? Probably not. I'm not going to have time. So, we must ask our final question. How did we get here?
Someone told me that the second episode of Game of Thrones, I've got birds everywhere. They told me that the episode is called The King's Road. So, road trip.
Whoop!
But also, we were saying next week we might do that long-teased fun facts episode.
Maybe we'll stretch out this final season a little bit longer. Well, you know, I mean, I think our final episode will have to take the Harry Potter and just split into 2 and stretch that over a couple of... No, we're not doing that. Or are we? I haven't decided yet. That's future me's problem.
Renegades.
Yeah, pew, pew, pew.
You should have known by now. We've been doing this for 71 episodes.
Good Lord, that's amazing. God, we're great at this.
I know.
And you are too for listening. I don't know what the finger gun was. Look.
It was just a clicking for them at home.
I know, but I think they could visualize the finger gun. All right, well, I'm obviously gone slightly insane, so let's wrap this up.
Yep.
I've been BT Calloway, that's Elliot Jay O'Neill.
Goodbye!
And for now, our watch is ending.
Headphones again.
Pods.
It's like I've never done this dance before. Headphones, so you can hear everything.
Yes.
Practicing with a wooden mic first.
You keep talking. It must be an extension of your arm. Can you drop your arm? This is how you podcast.